Well, we're back at Two Hammers Farm here for another educational video. And I've raised chickens for a number of years, and one of the most frequently asked questions, people say to me, Scott, I've got chickens and I want to eat them. What's the process that you go through in order to eat that chicken that's in your yard? So we're going to show you how I do it. There's a lot of different ways to clean a chicken. And this fella here, he's an extra rooster and he's got bad legs, he's got arthritis or something, so he's going in the pot. So the first thing we're going to do is dispatch him. Several ways to do that. I prefer the hatchet and the steps.
Farewell, fella. You had a good run.
Usually you lay him out, he'll calm down a little bit. And it's best to do one clean shot. And just let him go. They say killing a chicken changes a man.
Are you sure he's dead?
Oh yeah. His head's about halfway off.
Oh, yucky. I
That's
didn't
just,
know they keep squawking.
oh yeah. The expression run around like a chicken with his head cut off. And when he gets done flopping, I'm gonna take a string and hang him up and let the blood drain out a little bit. And then we'll come back and we'll show you the next step.
Okay.
All right, so it's been hanging up a few minutes to drain. Still got a little bit coming out. And the method I use, I call take off the part of the chicken that you don't want to eat. And what we're going to do is we're just going to skin it back and take out fillets on the breast and take out the hindquarters, and then just pitch the rest. Well, I'll keep the neck for stock, since that's the majority of the meat on a bird. But the first thing I do, just to get them out of the way, is to get the wings off. And there's a knuckle there that with a little practice, you find where to slip in between the knuckle. Toss that in your bucket.
What kind of knife do you use?
Oh, just any kind of sharp knife. Get on the other side here. This isn't my usual chicken hanging place.
Don't fall on your knife.
Sometimes you can just get physical with it. If you can't find the exact knuckle, like I say, just grab it, bend it back. And what we're going to do at this point, because I'm going to skin it and pull it back like pajamas, so I'm just going to start pulling feathers out of this midsection all the way around to where I can get at the skin good. And I do this just because plucking an entire bird's a real pain. And the right way to do it is use scalding water, and then you've got hot, wet feathers stuck all over you.
I'm getting dry feathers stuck all over me.
Yep. So you can pause it there and we'll come back when I'm done
Okay.
with this part. All right, so I got some feathers plucked out from the middle part here so I can get around when I go to skin it back. Before I can get the chicken's jammies off, I got to get these feet off, because that's too hard to skin over. Same thing, we find a knuckle. Legs a little bit harder than wings because of all the extra tendons. But I usually score it around, and then you can kind of, once I remember where to cut it, and get a little physical with it so you can get at those tendons. They go in the bucket. Get that soft Achilles part of the ankle. All right, so now get a few more feathers off here. And if you get some feathers on your meat, that's not going to hurt anything. So then, I don't have my scissors with me today, but we don't need them for this part. Just do a little cut in the skin. You can get your knife underneath there. But you're going to have to get up close and personal at one point. So I get it scored all the way around. And it's kind of a combination of sticking your thumbs underneath there to get the skin separated from the muscle and stuff. And we'll probably edit this part because this takes a few minutes. We'll rip to a certain degree too. And when you start pulling the skin all the way back, I'll get the knife in there occasionally in some parts. Because otherwise, when you go to pull it off, it wants to separate some of the meat out. All right, so that's all the way around. And I'm going to go back to the legs because there's one thing I forgot to do, which is this skin gets real tight around the ankle. So I'm going to split the skin up there a little bit on both sides because then their chicken jammies come off a lot easier. All right, so now it's just like pulling jammies off, with the exception of when you work down around the tail here. It's really pretty tight and you see a lot of ligaments and stuff. And at a certain point, see those legs starting to get exposed? You're gonna need to cut through the base of the tail. So I'm cutting ligaments right there, that connective tissue, whatever it's called. And I don't know how well you can see it on here, but that's the base of the tail right there. Once you start seeing the backs of the thighs. Kind of feel it too. So what you want to do at that point, and again, you want to be a little careful with the knife because you don't want to hack up your thighs, because I'm going to keep those. Roll it back like that. See the skin's tearing a little bit right there. And where's the tail? Right about there. This is kind of a big bird too. Yeah. Some of that connective tissue caught on the skin, so I gotta shave that back.
Uh-oh, mailman's coming.
All right, I'll let you deal with him. All right, so now we're getting to the base of the tail. Yeah, that's the base right there. So we're gonna cut right through that. There we go. There's the base. See how it lifts up like that? And cut through the rectum there a little bit more than I wanted to. Huh. Well, that might have just changed the game here. I'm seeing something I've never seen before. There's a big green pocket right there on the leg of that chicken. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know enough about this. I never have seen that before. So I might just throw this bird to the coyotes. I don't know what that green slime is about there, and I don't trust it. But I'll ask my production assistant here. Aaron, come here. Tell me what you think. You've got all the college learning. I've never seen this before.
Uh-oh, oh no. Ooh. Maybe that's why you couldn't walk.
Yeah.
That doesn't look edible.
Yeah, I think he's gone to the coyotes.
Oh dear. Wonder what that would be. Green in the leg.
Could be an infection.
Yeah.
So,
Ugh.
all right.
Well,
So that's that video.
that's,
So what we're saying is, if there's green slime, don't eat them.
yep.